Hello, my name is Jen. I am the Unorthodox Healer. I'm based in southern Scotland in the UK. This is a collective reading based on the energy of the new moon, which is scheduled for the 27th of April. This has been recorded on the 26th of April. It's a supermoon and it is in Taurus. Now, this supermoon is one of the new moons which is closest to the Earth. So it means that its gravitational effects on not only the tides but also on ourselves is going to be particularly strong. So if you are sensitive to the new and full moons, then the chances are you've maybe been feeling this for a while. Taurus is known for its grounding and stabilising qualities, so it's ideal for sort of looking to put into place the plans that you want for the future, which is what new moons are all about anyway, and also putting in place long-term plans. Taurus is ruled by Venus and emphasises values, beauty, and what brings you comfort. So this new moon, in the run-up to it, and because it's a powerful supermoon, you might still be feeling this up to 2 weeks after it. It's a time when you might feel called to reevaluate what you're doing and what you are really valuing and want and appreciate in your life. It's great for self-reflection and setting goals. You might actually find that you have to do a lot of self-reflection, whether you plan to or not. New moons are generally about releasing old narratives. You know, it's about removing self-doubt, growing your motivation, and also sort of trying to motivate you financially with your relationships and your personal ambitions as well. So I hope that you are able to make the most of the new moon, and we shall see as to what the universe wants to bring us card-wise. I only take cards that jump out at me, as some of you will know, and I tend not to read reversals. So we're going to see as to what the universe wants to give us for our reading for today for the new moon. I hope that you have better weather than I do at the moment. It's quite overcast here in southern Scotland. I think the promise is that we are going to have a heat wave next week. If you are having some lovely weather, I hope it holds for you. So the underlying energy we have is the Ace of Swords. I've been doing some love readings, and I also have just done a Pisces reading, a general reading, and it seems as though regardless of who I am doing a reading for, that the same cards keep coming out. And the Ace of Swords is one that has been very prominent. The Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles also is as well. So although we all are, you know, we all have very different birth charts, these are energetic readings, and it just shows that the energy is very similar for so many of us at the moment. So collective, for the new moon, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a really lovely card. It is about the promise of new things coming to you. Swords are about emotions. They can also be truths. Quite often with new moons, this is a time when you find out about truths. You know, this might be that you've been you know, doing some soul searching. So this might be that these are truths that you are realising about yourself. New moons are very good at bringing up these energies of what am I doing, why am I doing them? And particularly because this is a Taurus supermoon, it may well be that you are having a bit of a bit of a time of when you're doing a lot of soul searching, that you're really looking deep into your heart to see as to what it is that you want, and putting plans in place to bring that about as well. These are backed up by the cards that we have. We have the Hermit with the Eight of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands with the Hanged Man, and then we end with the Page of Swords. The Hermit is a major arcana card, as is the Hanged Man. These are longer lasting, stronger energies. Now, as I said here about doing some soul searching, the Hermit in this particular deck shows that you're on a journey. You're on a journey about self-discovery. Usually this Hermit is on the top of a mountain with Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is the most traditional one. He's already at the top of his mountain, and he's been there, he's done that, he's bought the t-shirt, and he trusts himself. He has this, he's done all the shadow work, and he's there, he's confident. He doesn't need anybody else around him. He has everything that he needs, which is his trust and his own self-love within this lantern that he carries with him. In this deck, he's still on his journey, and you are still on your journey as well, to be able to find out this truth about yourself. You do have support. You have this beautiful owl who's helping you on your journey. This might be, you know, your intuition, which is helping you. This doesn't have to be somebody. This might even be your pet. For instance, you might be able to hear Meg, my bulldog, snoring in the background. You know, there is somebody who has your back in all of this. And this is brought up again by the Five of Pentacles, which I'll get onto in a second. Now, the Eight of Swords is a card where maybe you've got halfway up this track, this pathway and these steps, and you just haven't felt as though you've been able to go up the rest of them to sort of, you know, get to the top of your proverbial emotional mountain and to tackle all of the things that are sort of keeping you trapped here, as we've got for the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is an interesting card because this is typically your mind playing tricks on you. This is you being held back. You're tying yourself down. This is a self-imposed sort of mental prison that you've put yourself into. And you need to be able to free yourself from this to be able to continue up this path, so that you have this inner trust and inner love and inner guidance within yourself. The Eight of Swords shows that she actually isn't trapped at all, although she is bound at her, you know, above her waist and has a blindfold on. She can actually walk out of this, but our minds are difficult things. And you are definitely being held back here. You want to see the truth and you want to have this master on your emotions, but at the moment you're struggling. Now the next two cards are the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. This is either about your work, what you do for a living, but I feel as though this is emotional wealth that we've got going on here. The Ace of Pentacles is that you are putting in the work to be able to get to this hermit point where you have this inner knowledge and this inner trust. But because you've got this Ace of Swords here as well, you're just sort of going, I can't, you know, I keep trying. It's almost like I want to say that it's sort of like you're starting to write a book, or you're starting to paint a picture or create something, or you're even trying to do a voice message to somebody, and you just kind of get into it, and then you go, oh no, that's not right. You know, so you screw the piece of paper up, or you delete the message, and you're nearly there, but you're just not quite. The Five of Pentacles is showing, as I said here, that there is somebody who can help you free yourself. Now, this might also be you who can, free yourself. I'm a Gemini. The thing with Geminis is that supposedly there are sort of, we have this yin and this yang. So I think that if you have somebody who you can talk to about these things that will free you up from whatever this sort of mental prisoning that you've got yourself in, use them. Who is it that you've got around you who is a listener? Somebody who is like this Hanged Man, who will be able to, maybe say, hold on a second, why are you worrying about that? What is keeping you awake at night about that? And may just be able to flick a switch inside you that says, oh yeah, I've been an idiot. Why have I been worrying about that so much? Otherwise, the Five of Pentacles is showing that you have the capacity within yourself to pick yourself up, free yourself from whatever this is emotionally with this Eight of Swords, which is holding you back and stopping you moving forwards. However it resonates with you, let me know. But there is absolutely a way out of this. The next two cards are the Seven of Wands and the Hanged Man. The Seven of Wands is again this feeling like you're having to defend yourself. Potentially, these are unfounded fears. I sort of want to say that I don't want to say that you're overreacting, but these things are keeping you trapped and held back. And when you are able to see, and I think that the Hanged Man is showing that you need to see things from a different perspective. Maybe try and distance yourself. Somebody gave me some advice recently, or I read it somewhere, that if you're in a situation and you don't know which way to turn, if you were watching it, if it was a film or a TV documentary or something, if you were watching your situation play out on the screen, what advice would you say to them? If, for instance, I don't know, let's have an example, that somebody's got a really dreadful job and they're absolutely stressed out. They don't need to be doing the job, or they could take a break or find a job which is less stressful and they could still survive on it. What would you say to them? Would you say, for goodness sake, give up the job? Why are you doing it? Now, is this you? Can you turn whatever these situations are that are keeping you trapped and stopping you moving forwards? Can you look at them from sort of like a third party perspective and from a different point of view and say, if I was watching that or it was happening to somebody else, what would the advice be? What would I be shouting at the television or the film screen to say to them? And listen to what the answer is, because the chances are that you may well be able to, once you rationalise it and see it from the outside, that you may well be able to change your perspective on these things. Now, the last card is the Page of Swords. He's looking at this Ace of Swords, and this is going to be a really beautiful process that you're going to work through. The Page of Swords is somebody who brings truth or communication to you, and it's going to be lovely. It's going to potentially be somebody younger who's going to bring it to you, or it's going to be something that brings some youthfulness, I want to say, and a bit of fun and a bit of life back into your life. You've kind of been trapped a little bit here, and through doing the work and trying to see your issues or the things that are holding you back from this third person, it's really going to free you. You're going to be this sort of youthful page who isn't afraid of their emotions anymore and is going to have this truth coming to them, which is going to not only let them go to the top of your mountain so that you are this wise, emotionally stable, knowing, intuitive person, but it's freeing you up. You can see all these people, they're either working hard or they're being defensive, or, you know, they're just not in a comfortable position. This process frees you. It gives you new life. It enables you to start afresh. And it's really going to release you from all of this sort of trauma that has been holding you back. And the page can bring about all sorts of things, whatever you want it to. It's really the start and the promise of new things, new emotions, new communications. And between the page and the Ace of Swords, once you've freed yourself from this, I really think that you're going to be able to communicate beautifully, that the way that you will speak will be, yes, emotional, but it will also not only fulfill you and enrich your life, but I feel as though it's going to enrich other people's lives as well. I hope this has been useful, collective. Enjoy the new moon. Don't forget to be putting into place the seeds of change and the plans to be able to nurture what you want in your life for the next 6 months until there is the full moon in Taurus. If this has resonated, I'd love it if you'd leave me a message and also like and subscribe so that I can grow the channel. I'm also doing very detailed pendulum reports at the moment. There is a pendulum link on the description, and I will speak to you again soon, collective. Enjoy the new moon, and I'll speak to you really soon. Bye.